Welcome back, everyone, to part 4 of our preview of Afghanistan 11. So, in the first 3 episodes, I should say, we've gotten all the way only to turn 13. I'm going to move a little bit faster in this one, I think. In the last episode, we did have some problems, and I've identified it as every time there's an election. Now, if I remember correctly, you're expected to have an election like every 10 days, or maybe it's 3 times in a 60-turn game, or I can't remember if it was 3 times in a 60-turn game or 3 times in a 30-turn game. Nonetheless, it's, I guess, a probability that it happens each time, and that may be what's causing all the game crashes. If it is, and if we continue to have crashes every time, I don't know, it might be related to the fact that our personal liaison, our political liaison, doesn't have a picture. Maybe there's some kind of bug going on. These things are unknown to me exactly, but all I know is we do have a bug. If it continues to crash, what we'll have to do is just call this preview to a close. And I'm thinking the next preview I want to do is going to be on the next campaign mission, which is, I think, a lot more fun just because it's a little bit less scripted. Like, we did have that supply of reinforcements, which came back, right? We had this huge infantry, MRAP, Apache, whole convoy arrived at our thing. That's the reinforcements. I'm reading if we read the objectives for this mission one more time. Let's see if it tells us. Anyways, the mission briefing is the long mission briefing we saw on the intro. It talked about the Canadian forces reinforcing the Canadian platoon. I think that's what has basically happened in our base at like turn 8 or so. I may be wrong. Maybe it's some other reason why we have that scripted platoon or whatever arriving at our base, but I suspect that that's it. Anyway, the next one is much less scripted. It's just, you actually start with an empty base and it's just go, go, go. There's no prevent fob destruction. There's no nothing. It's just win. And I think that to win, you have to achieve hearts and minds of 55 or something like this, something higher. So it really does play the game much more like one of the random scenarios will. And that was ultimately my biggest interest in this game. And I think a lot of people's will be on the random scenario generation, where it just creates a random map for you to play on. That should be a lot of fun. So I already began this mission this turn, and what I've done so far is not much. I moved this group. They were down here. I loaded up the A&A infantry, and I moved them almost all the way back to base, so they've made it almost here. I took the American infantry that was in this town. I moved them into the MRAP, and that MRAP deployed over here. Well, actually, that was not the order. I first moved this infantry, which was here. If you remember, Delta left last turn. They got to here or so, maybe it was here, I forget. And they went up here to engage the Taliban forces. That's the Taliban that was over here that I moved over. I engaged them successfully. They moved over here. You can see the guy still standing there, but that's a bug. So then when I moved my NROP back, they came into contact with this Taliban, and then I mortared them to death. So I did get another point of experience with Delta, who's now 3 bars. Remember last turn Charlie engaged a different Taliban, I guess, and that put them down to, that injured them. I don't know what happened with those guys, where they disappeared to, because maybe they completed their mission or something, I don't know, but I have the drone circling right now, so I should have had eyes on. Anyway, so we have 2 infantry now that are at 3 bars, which is great. See, like the right click doesn't always work. I was right clicking multiple times there, and it wasn't working. Maybe that's something that can also be addressed. I don't know. And so we just have this leftover Taliban. That's what I've done for this turn so far. Now, what are the things we need to do? Well, it looks like this guy has plenty of fuel remaining. We just want to get a road to here. And I just pulled my infantry out of this town, so I know that it's safe to go. So I want to build the road here, probably here, and then like that. I guess I want to do something like this, which keeps us away from the hills a bit, but then we can build a water tower here, and it'll be really easy for us to access everything. Alternatively, I could just build straight along like this, and then build the water tower here. You know what? That might even make a little bit more sense. Nonetheless, I think the only moves we're going to be able to do this turn are 1 and 2. So it is. Okay, now we have our special forces way out here, who ultimately we're just going to rely on emergency supply drops. We even want to take a look at the supply situation here. These guys have 2 rations left. We might resupply them 1 turn early. Not this turn. That would be 2 turns early. But next turn they'll have 1 ration left, which technically means that they have like 2 turns left after that, still before they die. I might want to supply them early because I do have 3 forces right now, special, special, and normal, but they're almost elite normal. I have all these guys out, and they don't. None of them have access to a supply to resupply, quick, easy resupply. So we'll fix that eventually. Let's get this guy just in here to slowly heal back up. We're looking for. Really, what we want right now is intel. So let's get this unit, which is infantry, I suppose, but which is kind of backwards. We should probably get some A&A loaded into the ASVs. But let's get this unit all the way over here. We do have that, but I don't think we're going to be interested in that. If I do this... Okay, if I do this here, they can scan, and that's 2 away, so I can scan and then 1, 2, move into the base. Okay, let's do that. This kind of maximizes our turn, so that it still only should take 2 to move in. That's 250. In my opinion, if you have an opportunity to get things quicker, you should get them quicker. Okay, they were uncooperative. That's unfortunate, but we still get hearts and minds for doing that. And this guy still has 1 movement point left. I guess we'll move just like here. The reason for that would... Actually, I don't think that was necessarily a good idea, because then it's going to take a whole movement point to get on the road, I think. I'm not sure how the movement point works exactly. We'll save that for when there's a manual or something later. So we do have some forces in here. Let's drop them in town. Oh, unfortunately uncooperative. But you can see their flag has gone from being militia-oriented to now being even though we dropped A&A in there. So that's still a good sign that they're slowly improving. We're going to just take them all the way back. Actually, I'm not sure where I want them to go quite yet. I really am not sure. We obviously got to repair this vehicle eventually. If it's just encountered by the Taliban or militia. By the way, we did not check how many are we up against. 3 militia, 2 Taliban somewhere, and 4 opium. We really got to get these opium crops, and I suspect there's a lot of them. Like over here, that's what I was going to start moving this infantry to do. But it would be really a lot easier if we could just get, probably, I think that's where we should be sending our drones from here on in, is over there, because our special forces can kind of cover a lot of this, which means, okay, what's our logistics? Let's take a closer look here. We're up to 900 on logistics positive. We got a lot last time from conflict, and I think most of that was opium, at least 2,000 of it, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was only 1,000. But you can see that now we have this positive net, trend in political points, which means we can invest in, if we'd like, and I think I do, more special forces, which are my favorite ground units. Just because that massive 4-tile vision radius, and after that, probably Blackhawks are very useful, especially in tandem with special forces. Now, mind you, only Chinooks... Wait, can our Blackhawks bring supply? I think they can. Blackhawk, where are you guys? Let's look over here. Yeah, so they can collect rations. Now, if you collect rations from the base, I think I'm 95% sure that uses up one of your 5 potential. We only have 4 available already, but it uses up some of your available FOB supply. So then you have to have your supply trucks keep running back and forth. We have the unfortunate case, though, that we don't want our supply trucks running back and forth too much, since we don't have the way cleared from mines quite yet. Alright, so let's get this buffalo. I don't know where he was going to go, but let's get him to move back. I think he was moving this way. Was he repairing the road, maybe? Let's just get him to move back this way. At this point, it's more important... Oh, gosh. Now, that's militia, so they will disperse. Okay. Very dangerous to have him keep going, but I don't see any other solution. Okay. I think that was still okay in the end. We got him... Yeah, he'll be able to get back home next turn. I want him back over here so he can start helping out. We might even have to deploy We could get an artillery pit. Now we already have a mortar pit, so the artillery pit would probably be best go 2 scoops away, 2 scoops, but 2 tiles away, because if we have artillery here, it's a little redundant to have artillery like right here or somewhere close. So I like to go 2 away, either here or here, probably here, because this will help us control the villages more. And again, we still are just planning, and we haven't gotten to it yet, but we're still planning to have another fob in the middle of these 2 main highways, which basically will allow us to control these 2 somewhat distant villages better. If we get one down here, it's very easy for us to do waterworks, and then we'll just be skyrocketing in terms of political points, which is good. Alright, so let's see, where do we want to move him? We're looking for opium. I think the best thing to do is just going to be moved like this. Okay, didn't get lucky that time. Let's go ahead and push this way.
Moving out. Roger.
Nothing. Still nothing. Okay, this guy has 1 turn left. Looks like we're just going to get him back into base then.
Affirmative.
And you obviously can't move, so... This unit can collect supply. If we are going to collect supply... No, okay, let's just do this. Let's move him back.
We're Oscar Mike.
Hopefully they don't take a hit. Well, we got lucky enough. Oh, we have fuel here. Well, that's good to know. It looks like we don't need fuel at this point, so we will leave that supply truck just waiting there. You know what? It's probably time to cycle some of our supply trucks back, though. Yeah, I'm fine. Just move that far if that's all you can do.
We're Oscar Mike.
Because we have a few, probably a few too many up north. Let's get them to shift over. This Chinook is completely available for tasking. Again, I think that we're actually going to... Let's see, who's available here? We have Bravo, but they're somewhat spent. I think I'm going to cycle the Chinook back to home base, because then we can get them to load supplies and start delivering it to special forces, which will take down the amount of emergency supply drops we'll have to do. Worst case scenario, actually, well, not worst case scenario, but another option is we can use them to resupply the fob, or we can even use them to build the new fob. It's an expensive option. It's better to have your buffalo to do it, but and we may need... I think we only have, what? Where are all our minesweepers? Okay, we have 1 buffalo here, 1 buffalo there with damage. There's gotta be... Oh, here's the husky. Okay, but they're a little bit low on fuel, so I think that's everything we want to do. Let me see if anybody else should move. Okay, here I'm back. So we want to send this one home. I think that's still fine. Is there a point... I'm just asking myself, is there a point to keeping more than 1 supply truck in this base? And I think the answer is no. So we might as well send the other one back. They can do a lot more from home. And it's nice to send them in a convoy. Oh boy, that's way too loud. I mean on my own system. Okay, so we have 1 MRAP who doesn't have a task. He can ferry this ANA around. That's not necessarily the worst idea. Who do we have that can give us intel? Probably just the top right town. This one's covered. This one's covered. We're just looking for bonfires, and there are none except for up here. That's going to be a bit tough to get to unless we send like a risky maneuver. Maybe it's still worth it to send Papa with our ANA. I think there's a reasonable chance that this Blackhawk will take a hit from an RPG going up through the mountains. But with the special forces, actually, we can probably move this one back over to the east and secure a route. That's actually really smart. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Okay, well then, let's do that. But next turn, obviously, our Blackhawk's down. Blackhawk down, huh? Great movie. Let's see. We'll be here. Probably this MRAP then. What do we do with this MRAP? Is it better? I kind of like sending the MRAPs out with the American infantry. We don't have anything but special forces here. Now our special forces can always just continue to train up new ASVs, more artillery. These only take 2 turns. Let's go ahead and train up a new armored security vehicle. Okay, So what else? Is there anything else we want to do? I think there's no point. Ah, this guy needs to be repaired, which is going to use up a supply, but that's okay. Unless we actually just want to run him back, it'll take 2 more turns, but we could run him back. No, I think it's better to have him deploying in this area. So we'll do that. This Apache. Ooh! If our special forces come into contact with anything, we can use our Apache, which they don't have vision, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just run him out real fast and see if he has any vision. Yeah, he does not.
Roger.
Does not have any vision of his own. Okay, well, that's a little unfortunate, but kind of makes sense. Used up a few political points to figure that out, but that's okay. Let's see. I think that's just going to be... Oh, we have one Chinook, which is completely available. My goodness. Well, then I think we actually don't need to end our turn quite yet. We could use this Chinook... Uh-oh. Excuse me, sorry about that. Could use this Chinook for transporting that infantry instead, and they can... My god, they can get there in one single turn. Well, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's not think twice about it. Let's just do it. This would be extremely successful if we can pull it off. No, we can't, because for some reason we still aren't able to unload. Okay, this is one of the most annoying bugs. You can't unload units with this Chinook. Yeah, you can. It won't let us deploy the units anywhere. Well, if we're not going to do anything else with this Chinook, and we might as well choose this to build a new fob. So we can build a new fob over here. This would be pretty expensive, 2,500. I think it's worth it. Okay, so the road we're going to build is going to be like so, which means we want the fob probably right here. And then we'll probably have another road right here just in case we come from the south, but so good to know. Maybe even in the middle. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think right here. It's probably where we will do it. The reason I moved a little bit is because if we're going on the road for 3 anyways, I think that's the rate. The one action point is 3 along dirt road. Auxiliary service roads, not the main MSR, ASR type stuff. So I don't know if this is the best idea because we could also bring supplies to the other fob. But let's do this. Basically, it's the whole you gotta spend money to make money philosophy again in play. That if we can get that up faster, even though it is going to take quite a pretty penny of our political points, it should help us secure victory much faster. Now we're probably going to need another. We might need another buffalo to keep building with all the stuff we have going on. We need a buffalo to patrol this area. We need a buffalo to patrol this area. We need a buffalo for this area. I would say 3 is not too many. So should we just get the buffalo and run her out? If we get a buffalo right now, which we can do, let's just do it. We can actually repair this vehicle, which is broken down right here. Now we'll also need to...
Repairs commenced.
I think we'll also need to... Can he move? Oh, he can. So he can move on the turn he gets repaired, which is great. So we'll just get this guy to stay here, because he basically spent all his stuff moving. Repairing, I should say. Good. Now we also have to hope this guy survives. We can get somebody out to repair him too, but we'll probably just send an MRAP with an infantry, maybe even special forces out. That makes sense to me. Special forces and the MRAP. Which means that we'll need to buy another special forces if we don't load... I mean, if this... I really hope that that's just a bug. God. Okay, we'll wait next turn. So let's just end the turn. Let me just scroll it. What do we have? Not important. Don't... Oh, actually... These guys can move. Since we know this way is secure anyways, it's a good time to... Let's get resupply the fob over here.
Copy that.
So they're going to be using quite a few different things anyways right now. We know we're going to repair the Blackhawk. We're going to... that's all I can get? Huh. We're going to repair the Blackhawk. We have... We probably are going to have to ferry supply out of here to one of these guys. We might as well, if we have incoming fob supply, so... Okay. You will stay because I can't get you anywhere. We don't have a helicopter to take you where I want you to go. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, very good. So enter.
Blackhawk repaired.
Ah, what are they doing?
Taliban in the area. Be advised, militia in the area.
Oh my gosh, oh, this is perfect. So we got great eyes on a lot of these guys. And that guy accidentally stepped within 5, so we will be able to shoot him. Looks like that guy will remain bugged, probably until I reload the game. Let's take a look at our situation. We improved on political points. How are we doing on civil? Net change was good. We're up to 52 total. Logistics, down for reinforcements. Makes sense. We spent money to supply things. So it was a net negative change, but still 650 for infrastructure. Does that mean one of them is maybe broken? And then 3, 2, and 5 opium. Okay, we absolutely have to do something about the opium. And there's no way they could have snuck a guy in here, so let's just create the road right here.
Copy that.
And that should help with our ability to improve the relations of this village. I think we're just going to move
Roger.
like so.
Militia in the area.
There's another militia over here. Is that the only one? I want to get close enough to just use my Warthog strike. That is one closer.
Moving out.
And 70. This is militia. So even if this doesn't work, it disperses them.
A-10 inbound.
And it actually worked. We actually got a kill. That's even better. I want to keep patrolling this way.
Affirmative.
Just make sure there's no other militia. Also, it'll give us eyes on their retreat path. And these guys are militia as well. Okay, good. So this is probably where they mine stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have... Oh, and this is actual Taliban. Now, I think it only makes sense to start off with our artillery here. We also want to track their movement, though. So... we might need to buy another special forces. It just might be worth doing. It's a bit expensive, but... actually... yeah, okay. We definitely want to do this. We definitely want to buy another one. Because I love special forces. They're great to use. They're going to be very helpful tracking the movement of our Taliban opposition over here. And we know that this is the border, too, so they can't really go anywhere.
We're Oscar Mike.
I probably could have picked him up with the helicopter. Okay, from here on in, I probably will. Let's go ahead and blast them. 62% chance we successful. We hit them. Great. They moved the wrong way. They moved... okay, this is a little bit risky, but what I want to do here is actually use the ANA because if we do, the ANA, even though that means we're going to postpone our visit to the village up here for one turn, and we probably will just, I might as well just do this right away. They're gonna need supply. They're way out there. Like, anybody else is close enough to get supply except for these guys. Okay, so that's gonna satisfy them for a little while.
Moving out. Copy solid. We're Oscar Mike.
Okay, we might, even if we lose, with ANA, even if any kind of combat improves their experience, because they're considered so inexperienced that any kind of combat is very useful. With your American infantry, they're considered, I guess, somehow battle-hardened enough that if they engage in combat and they don't win, it's not a gain for them. Maybe you can think of the experience gain as offset by the morale decrease. Now, even though we only have a 43% chance to do this, we can use our Apache to get the job done after that. We have an airstrike. Probably better to use the Apache first. Yeah. So let's just try to get our guys' experience. Makes sense to me. And then we'll bring them back home.
Roger.
Let's do it. 43% chance. And it worked. Wow. Okay, very surprising. I was not expecting that. What's better is they were close enough to be redeployed into the base, so that only counted as one movement at that whole thing. Which means that now we can get our Black Hawk to pick them up. Now, how far can you make it? I don't think you can make it all the way. You cannot. Now, at least we know that some of this area is secure. I just really wish we could actually get all the way. Let's see. If I pick him up, somebody was mentioning maybe it happens if you pick him up in the base. Let's see if that rings true.
Copy solid.
Can I now drop you off? Wait. Yes? Yes! Maybe that is the case. Interesting. Now, you can't deploy in the high mountains, which makes sense. So we'll have to go down over here. I think this is okay to deploy here.
Affirmative.
Just want eyes on any opium fields or anything. Nothing there. I think this Chinook might as well stick with it.
Copy solid. Be advised. Militia in the area.
Wait, what? Wait. Interesting. Okay, so let's unload them over here then.
Affirmative. Be advised.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely right there. Now, we only have one A10 strike per turn. If we use the sniper option, there's only, what, a 10% chance? We only have one action point remaining, so I don't even think... What I'm trying to say is we could use our airstrike, or we could use the Apache. And just because I'm hearing a lot of people saying how much they want me to use the Apache, I mean, I can feel it. I myself want to use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 5 radius on this attack, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move right here because this kind of covers the same ground we already covered. Better than taking a RPG to the face. So let's do this instead. 91% chance we can consider this dead unit, and it is. And the good news is, although I'm not sure we're actually saving, I mean, the amount of political points it costs to move one of these guys out is pretty high, but killing the Taliban units gets us that money back. And now what we've done is we've saved our ability to use this airstrike on another unit. Looks like special forces here. Do we have any special forces here? We don't. But we do have a repaired helicopter. A pretty experienced unit. Okay, let's see what the mortar does. It shouldn't kill them outright because they're militia, so actually this will work. Now, unfortunately, I don't know why, but it would be really great if the mortars got experience. They do not, it appears. Okay, so they dispersed. We didn't actually get the kill, but that's fine. Lots of action in this turn, which is great. Lots of fun. Okay, so now we want our Husky to deploy. And I guess we'll just move him here. The reason why I'm confident moving him is there's only one Taliban somewhere on the map. We have no idea where. Oh, wait. Waterworks, that means they're still functional. Yes. So at this point, I think we've really turned the corner. And that's, I think, an okay time for us to actually call the series to a close on this current preview, at least. Let's go 1.
We're Oscar Mike.
Do our little thing here, just in case they got another one. They didn't. We might as well, though. This infantry is not going to be used for the rest of this turn, so we don't need his action points. Oh, so that's as far as we can get anyway. Farewell, actually. We can construct our forward operating base. Whoa, that camera's a bit squirrely. 1, 2. So this is where it'll go. 1, 2, 3, like so.
Copy solid.
So we can actually leave this guy deployed in the fob right here. Obviously, it's going to make a lot of sense for us to get a road connected to this fob immediately, as soon as possible. But all we have is an injured buffalo. You have one movement point left. You have 7. That's probably better. Let's use that. So load him up and move him north. Can we get... I think we can deploy you somewhere here. Anywhere else we can deploy you? Well, if we want, we could deploy a little bit more this way and continue to check for opium fields. I think we'll do that. Nothing. Well, okay, that makes sense. Actually, I'm not even sure, can they even use opium fields in the mountains? Maybe they have to be like on the little prairies or prairies, I don't know, whatever, the little plateaus in the mountains. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. All right, but we still need our Husky to deploy. We only have one Taliban out there. What are the odds that he's down here? Well, we have our drone already patrolling this, so almost it can't be, right? All right. And with this supply truck coming in, let's see, who is going to be the... I think we have to guinea pig this. I basically don't think we...
Roger.
Let's have him end his turn there. I don't think there's any way we can actually scout this area. I don't have enough special forces, or do I? Let's do it. Pick him up here.
Copy solid.
Alright, let's offload him, let's say right here. Should give us vision of 4.
Copy solid.
Very good. And that clears basically this whole line. So now we can get our... Well, who do we want to go this way? Well, it actually only clears this far.
Copy that.
Let's go ahead and move him a little bit even further. This is not going to clear, unfortunately, the northern path, but I had to make a choice. Let's go ahead and let him out of here.
Copy solid.
Make sure there's nobody over there as well. Okay. And he himself can move nowhere. Great. Alright, so they're done deploying. They did their best to scout out the way. Let's get an MRAP carrying our ANA. Wait, we can actually get our Blackhawk carrying our ANA to the village up here. They can almost get there too. You know what we might as well do is there's probably booby traps up here since it's been a long time since we've never gotten over there. So there's a strong likelihood that there'll be some booby traps we'll have to clear. I'll just use a moving point. I think they can be 2 away. So I should go 3 away and deploy. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we just move 1.
Affirmative.
And then we do our mine sweep. Because they can be 2 away. This will give us a pretty good radius.
Searching for IEDs.
Oh my god, we got 2. Fantastic. That worked out very well. And that also secures us the route. There can't be ones I'm 90% sure, again, I don't know all the mechanics, but I'm 90% sure they can't be actually inside the village. So we're probably clear to just advance right in on the next turn. We can also... See, that right click sometimes doesn't work, but there it is. I was going to say we can also move that guy, but apparently I already moved him this turn. So much has already happened in this turn, I didn't remember. Alright, let's get this guy to first. Actually, we can just do this. Now just drop your guy in the base. No, don't load. We have 2 points. Let me just do this to make sure that he does not have anybody. He doesn't. We'll repair him this turn. And Delta Company over here, who's doing very well. 3 stripes. He's going to move themselves back in. Last but not least... Oh, actually... We don't have another Blackhawk here. I guess our Blackhawk's down here. Alright, well, let's just do this. It could be... I don't like to send the supply trucks as... I mean, in one sense, I don't mind losing the supply trucks. I have an abundance of them. However, each supply truck you lose, costs political points. So it's not that you just lose the supply truck. You lose an additional amount of political points for losing the supply truck. The people don't like that. They don't like to hear the story of the guy being pulled over and... destroyed, having his vehicle destroyed, being killed by the Taliban. Looks like we made it okay, which is very good. Which means this guy... I mean, we've already kind of cleared this area, have we? Husky. I have a Husky. We might as well just clear the last little bit. Damn it, I went one too far.
Copy solid.
Can he get back in? He does. He gets back in. That's in, right? It is! Alright, good. So this is completely clear. You're free to move all the way in. Very good. And because we've moved people in like that, we know that the way is clear for this guy to move as far as he can.
Copy solid.
And we know the way eventually will be clear as soon as this guy's done moving. The way is clear for this guy to move out as well. He can continue his mission to resupply our FOB over here. Fantastic. Things are really going our way now. We've rounded the corner for sure. Now we have an MRAP. We might as well send our MRAP out prematurely. Because I think next turn we'll probably have the ability to collect supplies from... I think it's going to be this village next. Let's just do it. Let's... Wait. Oh, we have... Oh. Ah. We haven't checked up there. Okay, well then this is where our MRAP will go with, let's send Delta Force, because not only are they Delta Force, but I just want to make sure that this way is clear. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 6, so we'll go this far. And actually, I don't know why I'm so concerned. The likelihood of there being anybody out there is really small. The Taliban is, there's only one cadre out there. One's all it takes, but you know what? Let's just go the full distance.
Moving out.
Better safe than sorry.
Roger.
Good. Okay, go ahead and move him back.
Copy that.
And that means maybe it's actually a better idea for us to build a waterworks here to keep, you know, snowballing our lead. But I'm not going to do it quite yet. It costs a huge investment. I want to make enough money. I want to make a little bit of political points back first. So we'll do this, and yeah, I think that's where we'll end the turn. Okay, good. So basically there's only, I mean, there's still 10 units that could move. Are you one of them? You are. Well, let's get you into position to interact with this town next turn, just in case. We won't move you. Oh, this is interesting. I got another buffalo. I forgot about this. Well, you're needed over here to build some roads, so let's get you all the way out. Okay, let's just continue. I think that's everything I want to do. It says some... Okay, what? Who doesn't have orders? Oh, well, this is a great example of when... Let's get him back to FOB. Very good. What the heck? It showed him along the road, but I must be seeing things. Yeah, supply truck, that's fine. MRAP, well, there's no way to take, right? Yeah, they're training, so just sit tight. Okay, so let's go ahead and end the turn now.
A unit deployed.
Inflation slows the war. All U.S. units cost increase. Well, good thing we bought all the units that we're probably going to need. Now, let's go and visit this town, which is, I'm sure, a Taliban force.
No new intel.
No new intel. Yeah, they're Taliban. Look at that. Surely this is where a lot of the missions have been going, so it's not a surprise to us. We might stick around one turn as well, even though this Black Hawk, that means it's going to have to stay airborne for a little bit. We might even just move it back and then move it again back next turn, refueled. Because we know there's going to be more IEDs. Okay, I don't know it. I don't know it. But I think that it'd be a very smart idea to have our ANA once again clear one more time for... okay, there's the bonfire too. To clear one more time for the mines, the IEDs, the booby traps. Alright, this is going to take all 3, and then can we get anybody to rendezvous with him to pick him up? No. But we can, I think by next turn, get him home. Probably not. Let's take a look at, before we do anything, what's our situation? 2 and 1. So we know one of them is still the same, but 2 militia have been created. Okay. Good to know. Where do we start? Well, I guess we do the first things first is to get our MRAP, probably. Let's get them loaded up with the Special Forces, who have created another ASV for us. And let's get them deployed maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get them right here. Why not? Okay, nothing there. Continue to load them up.
Copy solid. Copy solid.
Put them here. Okay, still nothing.
We're Oscar Mike.
Looks like this area is clear, which is good to know. And they can go there, so we'll just move them there manually, and then we'll move the Special Forces up to them manually.
Copy solid.
Okay.
Moving out.
That's good. So we have good eyes on the first part of the road. We know that there's nothing that can detract us there. This guy only needs to move like 1 down this way, and we've actually have eyes on everything there. Maybe we'll just hoof this guy back to base manually. I mean, it would take too many turns, 4 turns, and he only has... But we can get him to get picked up eventually, but... Okay, actually, I think what we'll do is this.
Moving out. We're Oscar Mike.
Don't like to move him on the road itself because there's potential IEDs. Better to have the MRAPs and ASVs take those hits. Or even these Huskies. Now, speaking of the fuel guy we have over here, it's probably time for him to be used. No, did I collect one? I think I did on accident, which is kind of a bummer. We only have one left. That's fine. We're actually going to get the supply this turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We might as well... Actually, yeah, it didn't matter at all. Let's get him to deliver his fuel over... Yeah, to this unit right here, actually.
Copy that.
Okay, and move you back. Actually, no. I... What? They put an IED right next to my base and I didn't see it? How is that possible? My God.
Searching for IEDs.
What a mess. Okay, well, let's build the road back.
Roger.
That is a mess. My goodness. All right, let's get this guy into the here. Just makes sense. We just absolutely have to do this.
Copy that. No new intel.
No new intel. This path should be, well, he's not. Yeah, we're just gonna have to chance it. Get pretty far. Let's go for it. Okay, so next turn we'll be able to start building the roads, which is good. This guy could use intel, so we have somebody in here, right? A&A. Can anybody take you, though? Wait, can I get you here? 1, 2, 3. We can get there. Let's just do it. Even though it's just regular American infantry.
Affirmative.
Let's get them in. If I'd done this first, of course, we would have actually hit the mine with this, which would have been better.
Copy that. New intel incoming.
Ah, very good.
Detected.
Yeah, that's helpful. So it does look like they can't be on the hard rocky stuff. It's been 40 minutes, so again, I'm not moving very quickly, but probably can't go anywhere. You need to go pick up this guy. No, actually, I think we need to send our helicopter that way. Yeah, this is actually perfect. We can pick him up directly this turn. That's amazing. And we have another fob we can use now. They're probably about equidistant from this town.
Copy solid.
Eventually the MRAPs will be very close to this one, because it'll be yeah, it won't be actually mostly MSR, but where do we want you to go then? That's a very good question. I don't know where you're needed. We have actually gotten all the intel except for, yeah, this one doesn't even have it yet. We've gotten that one. So we're doing really good. Hearts and Minds is up to 56. That's useful because, again, every Hearts and Mind point you get, it should decrease the spawning of Taliban. And we already have an individual who reduces Taliban missions by 15%, if I remember correctly. Faceless Man, Taliban missions down by 15%. So, yeah, we'll get somebody over to destroy that. We probably want to use Chinooks. We won't be... With the random event that makes everything cost more, we're not going to want to recruit anything right now. But... Okay, we have another Buffalo. These are obviously best sent out, even just as a staging maneuver.
Copy solid.
They just stage closer to waterworks, they might break down, etc. I also see that we have our Apache out. He's not currently needed. Let's get this Chinook to load this guy.
Copy solid.
Let's move him a little bit west. Can I put you down here?
Roger.
Might be something up there, but that's kind of a weird place. Was it 3 and 1? 2 and 1. Maybe this is the Chinook which should go over... Oh, actually, what this Chinook needs to do is... I need a Chinook or Blackhawk. Somebody. No, I need... Maybe I just get another supply vehicle out. I need somebody to clear... to resupply this fob. Okay, let's just try to move as far as we can. Where is there a drop-off point? Here.
Copy, solid.
Does that mean that there's just no enemies this way?
Copy that.
Yeah, appears so. That's great. So we've kind of swept this whole area and there's nothing.
Copy, solid.
Where do we want to go with our last 3 points? Let's just move back home. I think we'll take them back next turn. You will return because we didn't find anything useful for you to shoot at. You, again, this is the question. Do I have you actually move home? I think we do. Let's just have you move home. We'll get there back next turn. You can actually pick up supply and drop it for our special forces up there. And then at the same time retrieve the ANA. Yeah, that seems good to me. We'll drop off some more supplies for this guy who can continue putzing around. We want to make sure we stay at least 2 away though. So... Seems good.
Solid. We're Oscar Mike.
Okay, fair enough. This individual, we got the Blackhawk over there. Do we have any ANA? Well, we can get this guy to load our troops up directly. I should still build the road this way. Basically just saves our MRAP from having to do it. It's not really that important. Maybe we should get this guy down by the special forces instead. Yeah, okay. It increases our mobility. Let's do that. Okay, well, I think that's all we want to do this turn. We have a Chinook who's just sitting here. We do have 3... This is interesting. We do have 3 supply we can use immediately. I don't think there's anything we need to do, though. Oh. Well, we have infantry, but there's no... I'm pretty sure we're going to need to get a Husky down here to clear this road. We'll want to do that eventually. But where are all our Huskies? Way over here? Probably this guy. Oh, he's available to move. So, fantastic. Let's just get him down here. Should have moved him first, but that's fine. We didn't. Now, what we'll want to do is get this loaded up for next turn and move him all the way over here just to make sure that, although we'll know at least that the road is clear, I mean this area is clear of individuals. If we put our special forces down here, we'll be able to actually see far enough ahead to make sure that there's no Taliban or militia next to the road that would destroy our Husky. Good, so that looks good. Yeah, I think we just leave you here for the time being. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get Bravo to just patrol this road.
Searching for IEDs.
Okay, he's going to stay there outside. I know it's going to waste a ration, but that's fine. This is just going to be his job is just to clear this area and move back into base every turn from now on. That'll be him moving 1, clearing mines, probably clear mines directly. Maybe he'll just clear mines every turn inside, I don't know. Supply truck 1, leave him. It's fine. Oh, Husky's ready. Now, it's a little risky because there is, how many Taliban out? 1. Okay, it's only 1. I'm going to take this chance. Let's just hope that there's no Taliban over here. So let's go over here, clear this side. Good, we got an ID. Perfect. So that was very useful. As long as he doesn't get damaged on the next turn, I won't regret the decision. Okay, this is true. We have another one we haven't moved. I guess we can also move him. He's actually going to be low on fuel. I think we'll just stop him in here. Leave him there for the turn. Waterworks they've been alive for so long, I'm suspecting some of them are going to break very soon. Okay, let's end the turn. And actually, since it's been a good almost 50 minutes, my god, it looks like we're going to have to end the turn, bring this video to a close. And I think this is still going to be the point. Let's just try to run it out. I'll just do one final long series. Let's do it just the way I said it.
Copy that.
I think we'll actually... I want to get this guy... Okay, so let's do it this way. I know that this is not the road I planned. I will eventually build the road like that, but coming from this way, it just makes sense to do this. And that should give our ASV here the ability to go directly in. It does. So let's just do that, because he wants to drop off the special forces, but get back to base as well.
Militia in the
Oh!
area.
Okay. Well, our special forces... let's try to use our mortar, actually, because if we use our A10, we can't use it anywhere else. So... Or we could give Echo Company, Lima Company some experience. 70% chance, let's do that. That seems like that's the best option, I think. Kapow! Very good. We killed them. We got hearts and mines out of this town. Now we want to do the Special Forces Leapfrog. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to move him directly. Oh, wait, we have an ASV that's unused, so let's just do that directly. I was going to use the Chinook, but this is also just fine. Whoops. Actually, wait, if you're... Yeah. Probably don't need to... Oh, I can actually start building my other like, add-ons. But I don't want to. I want him actually to stay in here. Yeah, let's just give him rest for this turn. Okay. So the Chinook should be able to at least load this guy up. He can at least do this much. Thank God. You're useful for something. You silly baboon. Let's have him Oh, so it's broken. It's not working. Now, have the Chinook... I want to just test this out.
Affirmative.
We have him out here. And we move our special forces technically... Does that put him out? It does. Let's move him.
Affirmative.
He needs to get back by the end of this turn. Can you load him? Can.
Roger.
Can you drop him? This is the important thing. Yes. Okay, good. So I want him to be dropped here. I think this is the perfect spot. Very good. That's probably all we need to move him because this does not have the largest range. Oh, okay, we do need to move him a little bit further. 18, yeah, this is fine. We can move him a little further.
Copy that.
Probably to this corner here.
Copy solid.
Alright, good. That should be enough, and now we need to just get him back. And our Minesweeper can move exactly to the edge. Ugh, we need to move one more.
Affirmative.
Okay, move him back.
Oscar Mike.
And this guy, let's see if there's any mines. We moved one more, so we actually had vision of these two, which is all that we needed. Let's see if this was useful. No. That's okay. We took our chances.
Affirmative.
If it had worked, it would have been genius, but it didn't.
Copy solid.
Alright, back to base with you, and now let's begin training another ANA. Wow, we're in good shape. Very good shape. And we have an ASV able to deploy an infantry if we need them at all. Alright, so... I mean, basically things are just going really well now. How many even... enemy forces we have? 2 and 1 with the opium crops. The only thing I dislike about the opium situation is that you actually can't... Okay, this could be useful. Let's unload him here. And then reload him and then try to take him back on turn after this.
Copy solid.
We might have to use an emergency supply drop, but I want to get this opium field destroyed immediately. Obviously, we haven't patrolled this road, which would be another great thing to do. Okay,
Copy that.
do that.
Opium
Boom.
destroyed.
That does lower your hearts and minds, but it's worth it.
Affirmative.
And take him back now. Okay, take him back as far as you can. It's still probably 2 turns out, but that's fine. Oh, no, I'm staying corrected. Of course, we can get back to the new fob on the next turn. Very good. So, I don't want to take this over an hour mark. But I don't know if we'll just call this series to a close now. Definitely things are moving in our direction, for sure. Okay, well, let's do this. ANA. We have an MRAP here. Why don't you go in?
We're Oscar Mike.
How far can you get this group? 1, 2, 3. Not far enough. So we'll just have you stay in this turn. Can't get there anyway. 1. Click. 2. It's still worth it.
Searching for IEDs.
Of course, now it's clear.
Moving out.
And I want to get him into the base, so let's have this MRAP pick him up.
Roger.
There. Good. You can get into the base as well. Wait, what were you going to do? I don't know what you were going to do. You don't have any supplies or anything, though, so you probably should just move back this way. Okay, so you do this. If you die, I won't really cry too many tears over it. Yeah, you didn't. You made it. Very good. Get our buffalo over here. He'll need to build some more roads.
Copy solid.
Okay, the supply truck. We do need a supply truck. We need actually multiple supply trucks carrying FOB supplies. Remember, our last one was blown up. So, take 2.
Roger.
That. We can get really far on that road. We might as well resupply the other FOB as well.
Roger.
While we're at it. Oh, this guy had less movement points or something? I don't know. Get our Husky back. Good job. We know that that's all clear. Yeah, I mean, you can see that things are definitely spiraling out of control in our favor. In our favor, for sure. Okay, we don't need anybody to move here. We're actually fine. Oh, you need to pick up supplies. Oh, I didn't know that Blackhawks can also deliver ammunition. And you will be moving up here to resupply our... Can they actually... Yeah, they can actually do it on this turn.
Copy that.
So let's do it. Deliver rations to this unit.
Affirmative.
Good. Assuming you don't take an RPG. And we're safe. Good. Fantastic. And now he's perfectly in position next turn to pick up our ANA here, who's first going to sweep for IEDs. And we got another one. Very good. And then we'll just start exfiltrating. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll continue to do this. I might just play a little bit off camera or show you the victory or something. I don't know, because we have this wrapped up. And the next one I want to do is the campaign number 6. I forgot what the mission name is, but it's a bigger map. It's in some ways more challenging, but it might also be a little bit more grindy. That was my experience. So what I'm hoping to do is wait for the next push before I do that. So for now, thanks for watching, and if I don't continue the series, thanks for watching the entire thing. If I do, I'll catch you back for the next episode. And either way, I should have a new series on the next campaign coming up with the next build push, whenever that is. So until then, thanks for watching, and take care.